Hello lovely people, welcome back to my channel, or welcome for the first time. I'm Barbara and I have a channel that is dedicated mainly to the women's health, women's cycle and everything that is entangled with it, which is the whole life basically. But there are a lot of confusions and a lot of information all around, and I'm trying to kind of like summarize it, shorter and helpful videos. And today's video, as you could already guessed, is about why the positive affirmations don't work. Maybe that's why you are here. First of all, I would like to tell you there is nothing wrong with you if the positive affirmations don't work for you. There is nothing wrong with you. You're fine, you're just great, you're awesome, you're just perfect the way you are. You're very unique and you're amazing. The problem is, though, with the positive affirmations, that our brain in general is wired to focus on what doesn't work, what's not good, what's not safe, how to protect ourselves basically. So if we try to outsmart our brain by telling it some lie, it's not gonna budge. That's the bad news. Our brain cannot be tricked into believing something that it doesn't believe. Our brain is wired. There are lots of habits and lots of instincts that has been put there. Instinct has been there for centuries because it's passed on and it's for truly our survival. So beliefs and habits are taught as well, which can be untaught or can be changed, right? Anything that is put in our mind is program, basically. Everybody understands programming in a way, you know, like that we have some software, hardware. Our unconsciousness is like the hardware. It still is possible to change it. And certain beliefs and certain habits are like the software. And if we wanted to have a happier life and being more successful, or just in general being more content and self-accepting and self-confident, we have to change our programs that we have that obviously are not serving us. And by positive affirmations, we're not gonna do that. Unfortunately, it's a conflict of interest for our brain. Whenever we are, you know, trying to say, like, there are always like all these, oh, you just like stand in the mirror and tell yourself how beautiful you are and you're successful and you're amazing, and you're saying all these things. The problem is that your brain knows it's a lie. It's not a truth. For the brain, it's too much of a conflict. So the brain, and then whatever you're kind of like put your energy into, is gonna go where it feels safe and when it feels familiar. You have to make what is familiar unfamiliar, and what is unfamiliar to make familiar, to change your brain, which there are different techniques how you can do it, but not with the positive affirmations. The positive affirmations are not gonna do that for you. They're just gonna make you frustrated and unhappy and even more feeling like a failure because it's not working. What's wrong with me, right? Can you do instead of affirmations is, for example, gratitude. Gratitude is very useful and it does change the vibration that we are at to, you know, high vibration, like higher frequency basically. We're all basically like a magnetic field and we are at a certain frequency, like radio, right? And that's the same for our thoughts and our mind. The thing is though, that most of the time we actually operate on visual, not words or what we hear. So our brain works with images. So for example, with gratitude, there's also pretty good techniques when you do visualization. Visualization is gonna work for you probably way better than the affirmations. And there are definitely very useful and very now very well known and tested techniques like even EFT tapping, or there could be the TFT, there could be hypnosis. Hypnosis is super, super cool. And it's not just like maybe you saw it on the TV that it's just like, you know, like they make you do what you don't want to do and like they make fun of it or something. No, hypnosis is actually a super, super useful and very efficient and very quick technique to change those familiar programs that are not very helpful for you. Maybe we have anxiety, we have fear of speaking in public, or we have problem to speak up our mind, we have problem to tell everybody what we want or what we need, because we were not taught that. And it can be self-taught, but it's a process. And also setting boundaries, it's a process. We cannot force ourselves to set boundaries. First, we have to feel somewhat confident in our own skin, in our own self, to be able to set boundaries. Actually, that's a step-by-step journey, and there are different kinds of techniques which you can use, and those are way more efficient and not frustrating like positive affirmations. I'm a very positive person, and I like to affirm certain things to kind of like, you know, encourage myself somehow, for example. But we can change, instead of saying like I'm beautiful, I could say I feel very good in my skin today, or I felt better yesterday, I don't feel so great today, but I believe that I can feel better again tomorrow. It's already something different. Like you're giving a statement to the brain that is not contradicting what is the truth in the time for the brain. Because if you're not feeling well and you're telling yourself, well, I'm not feeling well, you're stating a fact, but you're saying, but I believe that I can feel better tomorrow, is already giving that positive statement, kind of like planting the seed of that it's gonna be better, and I believe I can do it. Or I know I'm struggling right now, but I can push through it because I've done this in the past. Like I've, you know, encountered difficulties and I overcame those difficulties, so I believe I can do it. It's gonna take me maybe a while, but I believe I can do it. Basically, we have to play with the words that we're using if we use quote-unquote positive affirmations. So it's really, really important how we use the words and what we say and how we say it. There are many different hypnotherapists out there, so check them out. There is, for example, Marissa Peer in English. There is also Paul McCartney. They're very cool. I really like their techniques and their meditations, or their free hypnosis that you can actually find. And just try it. Try not just once, but you can try, because like those are not personally created, they are very general, so that's gonna be also a general impact, but there's gonna be definitely impact. And if you want to change anything, hypnosis is gonna be the quickest way, for example. And if you're not feeling comfortable with hypnosis, there are other different techniques that I even mentioned. There are other things. Start with the gratitude. That's for sure a certain thing that it's gonna help you to feel better, to really acknowledge, because with acknowledging what is good in your life already, and even if it's that you have food and you have shelter and you have some place to be and you have some friends or family members who can be there out there for you. I know some people might be in a raw spot. There is always something to be grateful. Just don't try to focus on what you don't have, try to focus on what you have and what is already in your life that is somewhat helpful and good for your life. And you will see the difference. There's nothing wrong with you if the positive affirmation don't work, because they don't work for pretty much anybody. It's just positive affirmation. So they'll only work if you already believe those certain things that you're telling yourself. You know, so for example, like you already feel confident, but maybe today you're not feeling so great, but because you believe that in the past you were positive and you were just like feeling confident and well, then you can just reaffirm and kind of like remind yourself with the positive affirmation that, oh yeah, I've done this in the past, I can do it again. Really, positive affirmations just affirm what already is, what you already believe. So if you believe certain things and you're saying it over and over again, that's gonna reinforce it and it's gonna help. But if you're trying to contradict something that you're not believing and you're trying to trick yourself into believing it, it's not gonna work. I hope that this is gonna be helpful for you. Please leave a comment. I would really love to hear your feedback. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. You can also subscribe to my channel. I'm posting every other Wednesday in English, every other Wednesday in Czech, almost every Wednesday. And I look forward to see you at my next video. Have a beautiful day and see you next time. Bye!